Yo, 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 yo! How are we, guys? Oh man, I am tired. I had a bit of a big night last night. I was pretty happy with did I get the Tesla trade yesterday? I think it was the Tesla trade yesterday. I had a really good one. I was pretty happy. I was like, oh fuck, I want to go out. I want to get a new bird, which I did. Um, but I drank a bit, which made it harder today. Not impossible or anything, but I think just not as good. I probably wouldn't do that again. I'm okay with my positions. I ended red on paper for the day. I think for the week, I'm like 1,000 up or 1.5 up, something like that. So it's not super great. It's a little bit annoying. I'm just sort of going and looking and being like, what are what's the thing that I did well? I think overall I managed the trades better, and the idea of holding to swing I liked at the start of the week. I'm not so sure that I do now. I think the exits that I'm taking for losses is fine. What I need to do is be willing to re-enter the trade when it goes in my direction. And sometimes my timing is just a little bit off. And if I exit and it keeps going, cool, I can enter at a better position, which means instead of being like $2,000 down on paper, I'm like 300 down, realized loss, and I can enter better. If it goes down and then comes back up into my position, then I can just re-enter the trade. Like I don't lose out. So I think the exiting strategy from last week was maybe a little bit better. I'm still right most of the time, easily. Like, what did I did a fair few, probably too many trades this week. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. 33, I've got 4 trades still running. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So basically 8 out of 29 were wrong. I don't know what that is. Where's the fucking calculators and shit on here, man? I like the desktops, but I just don't know how to use it properly. Calculator. Oh my gosh. Calculator. Right. So what did I say? 8 divided by 28. 70%. So I'm sitting at about 72%, which is good. But the losses have been too big, which is a problem. Fucking mosquitoes now. You are kidding, aren't you? So I'm just trying to work out, like, what do you do? How do I maximize this? How do I do it more efficiently? Is it literally just a consistent trial and error thing? Do I just have to keep going until methods improve? I start seeing things better, understanding the levels better. I don't know. So with 70% win rate, I just think I should be doing better. And the thing that makes that worse is the Tesla trade I did. I went way bigger than I usually would, and I won. But had I not done that, I would be down. Which means even with the 70% win rate, I'm not managing my losses well enough to stay positive. Like the losses are burning me too much. So I think the easy thing for that is I'm going to try this next week, like because I did a lot of trades this week, and a lot of them are in line with each other. But when I'm in multiple at once, some are set up better than others. So, like, I'll show you the ones I'm in at the moment. So I'm in this Netflix one. I'm long. This entry this morning was perfect. I ended up here. Bad entry. I ended up getting out of that one. I for like $50 positive. Like I was just positive. And I entered again here because it looked like that was holding that level, and I thought it was going to continue. It didn't. I went back down. I held it. It was only a small entry, or like a third of the position that I'm willing to allocate to it. So I wasn't too worried because this was going to be my second ad and this was going to be my third. And if it got below this, I'm out, which would be a decent size loss, mainly because of that first one. But if not, and it sticks to this break and hold theory that I'm playing at the moment, this is the key level, then it should play out quite nicely and hopefully finish over 600 next week. The Qs and SPY, I made trades at the end of the day. I don't know if these were clever or not. I'm not really sure. I'm not sold on the approach, but this was a key level, sort of holding in there. I'm entered up the top here because I thought it was going to do a similar thing, wick down and bounce towards the end of the day. It just didn't. I get this and then that plummet. I wasn't in here. I was in the Facebook trade, which is a good size position. But again, I'm really pleased with this one. I'm down on all these trades, but I'm still very, very happy. You can see this Facebook one because this is just after the wick up from earnings, right? Do I have this big? No, fuck, sorry. This wick up from earnings, and then you've just got this mad consolidation here. But most of the consolidation is in this range, right? So we're looking, this is my thought process behind this. That's your consolidation area. Because every time it's broken up here, it's not held. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. And here we got a break, and today was the hold. So I am hoping very much that this does a similar thing to Netflix and we see something over 500 next week. If so, this is going to be an incredible trade. It's going to be a really, really good return. My cut for this would be a close under this level. Probably close under 471. I didn't get to re-enter at this 72 because I'd probably put too much on early. So I thought it was going to hold that and go. That's what I was sort of looking for. Turns went wrong and I didn't exit. And again, I think this is my problem. I think had I have exited earlier and taken a $400 loss, I would be either even or positive now with a similar size position, a big position, $6,000 in. And instead of being down like, you know, $2,000 or 1.5 or whatever, I would be either even or slightly positive, which means that $400 loss is basically the only downside I've got. So it's managing sort of those things that I don't think I'm quite getting right. So I've got 4 positions on. I'm down on all of them, as well as my long-term positions, which I think are also down. But I'm still completely fine with them. They're all sort of looking up good. The only 2 real performers in the Mag 7 that are going well consistently is Meta and Netflix. Tesla, I was quite happy. I think it was this. That was where I entered. I hold over the 20 yesterday. I was happy with that trade. That was like poetry. It's a level I've got in. I'm probably more interested in the short for this now. I want it to get to the 206 and then I want to short the fuck out of it. That's the year gap fill. So it hasn't quite filled the gap. It's close. You got about $4 of upside there to go. If it came back here, I'd consider it. This is probably a better level. You can see it's holding there. So another bounce off that and then a run up. Possible. But yeah, like not a bad week at all. And I mean, when your selection is correct 70% of the time, it's pretty good. Just the wins aren't big enough, which is frustrating for me. So I'm trying to work out what I'm sort of messing up there and how to correct that. And I really feel like I would benefit from having a mentor, someone I could discuss the trades with, talk through the thought process, look at what was good, what was bad, and go from there. But what I'm going to do next week, because it's always tweaking, it's always refining. So what did I do? Like 30 something trades this week. That's a fair bit. I'm going to limit myself to no more than 10 trades next week. I never wanted to do this when I start because I thought if you see the opportunity, you need to go. What I want to do is I want to refine the opportunity and I want it to be better and sharper. And when I'm in a trade, I want to be able to manage it better than having to worry about a lot. Even though if I've got a lot on, obviously, chances are I'm going to win more because my selection criteria is going reasonably well. So, 10 or less trades, I think, next week on really solid levels. Like, I'm probably not going to play these little ones. So, for example, Facebook today. Let's have a look at that. Next week, my rule would be when I'm looking at this, I would say, okay, this is this level here, because it's sort of been chopped through, there's no hold, there's only one there. And there's no show here that's a level. There's only 1 point, really. It is a high, but I would not give it a 10 out of 10 entry point. Definitely not. The 10 out of 10 entry on this was here. For that reason, I said most of your ranges under here the entire week. You've got this break, touch, kiss, up. That's the level. So that would have been my entry level, 10 out of 10. And if it went under, I would say, okay, cool, catch it, I'm gone. It would have to close on a long time frame. Had I done that, then this, again, would be a really, really nice setup. Netflix, similar thing. This was not a good level today. You've got a little bit of consolidation there. 1, 2. So to constitute a good level, probably what I would want is I would want 2 touches on each side. So 1, you only got 1 touch there. That's a pierce and back. And then you got 1, 2, 2 there. So I would say, yep, that's okay, but not good enough to enter. So I would wait. And I'd be like, all right, what's a better level? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty fucking solid. So I would be like, okay, maybe that's a better entry here. 1, 2, 3, and then 1. And that rebound would have been 2. This would have been my entry on Netflix today, and it would have been fucking perfect. And I would have caught this whole side, and that would have been, I don't know, 3, 4 grand. So that would have been a really nice trade rather than $50 that I made because I had a shit entry. So probably that might be the key. Just sitting back and being more accurate with the levels, just making sure they're better, and holding off entering trades on levels that are okay, but they're probably like a 6 out of 10 sort of quality for how I'm looking at trading. If I can hold off and just wait for those better entries. This was a nice little trade today. I was pretty happy with this. And here you've got a really, really key level. Very key level. No testing on the downside. I think there is longer back. There's like, hold on, let's just go to the daily. Because there is some testing back over this side. You've got like a 126. Yeah, so you've got like, boom, hit. They're a little bit lower, so I probably wouldn't quite count them. Hit. And then, yeah, so look, funnily enough, 1, 2, 3, 3, and then you've got your 1. There was like 2 there. There was like a hold in there on shorter time frame. So 26, solid level, got in. It was a quick trade, wasn't a long one. I didn't hang around for ages because I saw there was this V, and I saw this little rejection. A few $100, but good trade, better setup, better level. Does that make sense? I'm not really saying this for anyone else. I'm doing it for me because I think that is clearer. Let me just go and have a look at these Qs and SPYs, the ones I entered at the end of the day, because I was looking. I wanted this level to hold. No, I didn't. That wasn't good enough for me, so I didn't take it. But looking at this now, you're seeing it's probably chopping a little bit too much. You're getting massive test down, so it's more of a range. I don't like that. I would like it to just be a clear line. Like this, not a big fan because you've got such this choppy fucking range. You got rejections at the bottom, rejections at the top. Not ideal, but I entered the trades. So this would not be a 10 out of 10 setup for me. I would not have entered this on that basis if I'm looking for that 10 out of 10 setup, This, yeah, that was my bottom. It wasn't meant to go that low. But you can see this level here, that was my low. 499 that you're sort of looking at there. You got boom, boom, kissing along there, kissed it there. Bang, bang. Like this was a 10 out of 10 level here. I got in, I believe, at the 500, which I think was a really good level too. What was I, 499? I think it was around 500. But you can see 500 is still a good level for me. So I look at this and I'll be like, I would take that trade again. Bang, boom, 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 bang on the other side, broken, held. This I expected to move. Once I saw those tails, I was like, oh, okay, cool, sweet, we should get a bounce up. Not to be, didn't happen that way. But because this is a solid level and you've got another solid level underneath where you've got one touch there, touch there, touch there. Oh, no, that level actually wouldn't go in, funnily enough, 499.50. Not a 10 out of 10 level, but this one here is for my sort of rating. 498.8 is a little bit better because you get those touches. I like that approach. I think that's clearer. I think it defines a lot more what you can and can't do with your trades. And it just gives me more clarity on my trades, more confidence in what I'm sort of doing in the execution process. It also makes it very clear to see when the trade's invalid, which I like. On that, with the rule where, okay, cool, you need a 15-minute candle close under the level as you exit, I like that. This would have been beautiful. I was sort of, and see, this doesn't have to be a fixed line. It can be something like the EMA. This was a short I was going to take. Bang, 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 bang. 4 hits. Boom, 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 bang, boom. Here. Pierce down. I was like, oh, fuck, I've got to watch this. And I was like, this could be a really nice short on Microsoft. Boom. Perfect fucking read. Perfect read. Would have been a great little scalp to the end of the day. I didn't get it. Funnily enough, this was like a leading indicator for the Qs when they went down today. So yeah, it was still a successful week, right? Like, still made money. I'm just a little bit frustrated with some of those levels, and that, I think that is possibly a really, really good little distinction to make. Here, you can see where I should have exited this. I thought this was going to go, and it still might. Like, this might build in a similar way to Netflix and Facebook if they go. So I got a little trade off this 67 this morning. That was actually really, really nice. I was very happy with that. Just well played. As you can see, key level, hit, 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 just constant rejections. So I trusted that level. It worked. This is where I believe I entered this week. Was it here? I don't know. I might be fucking up there. Jesus, that's a bad entry. So you can see, like, this makes no sense. Why have I entered here? If I entered my calls there, which I think I did, I think they're 175. Entered somewhere around here. Bad entry. Like, it's not a clear level. This would have made sense had it held, but it didn't. It acted as rejection. So this was a bad entry if I've gone in there. This level, 1, hold on top 2, hold, reject. That level's okay. If it gets above there and holds, I would long that. This is fucking shit. So an Amazon was a big loss. That was a 3K loss. But you can see, like, my entry up here. If I entered there, that's okay. If I entered there, and I should have been able to take profits off. Had I entered there, I don't think I did, but that's the entry. Here, you can see clear exit. Clear exit. Now, a big pain in the ass if I was holding as a swing because you're down, but it's broken under that level. I'm out. Like, I'm gone. See ya. So, yeah, that would have cleaned up that Amazon trade, just being a little bit more accurate on those levels, I think. Nvidia, you could have had some mad runs shorting at this 42 level today. Like, it was just fucking consistently getting bashed back. But you can see, I don't like that level. It's not clean enough. You're getting a little bit. This is actually a bit better. Probably the 25 level we're sort of looking at now. It's through here. Yeah, that's better than the 22 level, in my opinion. Bang, bang, bang. 3 rejections. Pierce, reject. Break. Pierce, reject. Reject. Pierce, reject. Pierce, reject. Pierce, reject. 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 You've got a lot more, like, right on the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. 5, 6, 7 underneath. Couple in there. 1, 2, 3. That's a more solid line for me. So that would be more of a hold level, in my opinion, for Nvidia. I wouldn't do it because you've got too much chop. Right? So it looks like too much of a range. This is your 10 out of 10 level for Nvidia down here. The 94. Actually, fucking this one could be, actually. 1, 2. That's quite clean. But that massive pierce, you probably haven't got a good enough hold at the 710. I did well off that one, so I'm okay with it. But I think looking at that on that rule, I probably wouldn't have. This would have been more the one that I was looking for, that 94. And if you see that rejection move up, it's probably worth entering long somewhere around here for the idea of the continuation up to that 740. So yeah, that's probably some of my thoughts on that process. It's yeah, like, I'm okay with the week. It's just it's a little bit frustrating because I think it adjusting what I was doing the week prior to try and find something that was a little bit better. I was like, fuck, hold on to it because you're right most of the time and you just need to give it a little bit more time. Works in some cases, but I think over the long run, taking those short losses is going to be important. But to have the confidence to take those short losses, you need to be clearer on the levels. And I would guess that was probably my mistake. The reason I'm hanging on is because I haven't got a really clear thesis on what's going on when I'm making the trade. So yeah, that might be my problem. And if I can fix that next week, it should be, well, hopefully a really, really good little week. But yeah, still going okay. I'm happy with the ones I'm in. I'd probably like a bigger position on both Facebook and Netflix, because I think they're just in really good positions to continue up. Watching the broad market, making sure that it continues as well. But yeah, so that's a little bit of my feedback. Yeah, I'm just going to cut it down. I'm just going to really pick the good ones next week. Be a little bit more accurate on the reads. Like, because I know when, like, that Tesla setup was beautiful, and I fucking knew it. I was like, this trade, this is the one. I would be saying the exact same thing about that Netflix trade had I caught it at that level, because that was the key level that I'd worked out. I didn't wait. I thought I was seeing things that just weren't happening. But if I just don't even give myself that option, it's like, okay, cool, this is it. Bang. One option. This is the only way you can play this. If not, wait for the next one. And if I'm clearing up those selections, I think my success rate is probably going to improve slightly. But I can trust the trade a lot more. I think the most important thing there is what I'm trying to work out is, how do I lower my downside? Because I'll run through what the losses were. So my wins were, I had a lot of wins around the 400-500 mark, a couple of big ones, but not many in the four figures. And my losses, Amazon, $3,000. Q's to 250. Q's again, 2,600. SPY, 1,300. Q's, 1,100. Fuck me, I lost on the Q's this week. Microsoft, 1,100. Netflix, 3,300. Fuck. That was a short. Did I really lose 3,300 on that? Yeah, I must have got out. Oh yeah, that was the one where I was shorting it. And then another one for 200. So most of my losses were quite fucking big. Big losses. And if I am clearer on those levels and the structure, and if it violates it, I'm out. And I can drop that loss from, I mean, fuck me, I'm nearly averaging probably $2,000 a loss down to 500. That would have been, that would have been like an extra $5,000 for me this week with the exact same trades. So yeah, that was, I don't think making the money is a massive issue. I think I'm managing the trades quite well that I'm in. It's protecting the losses that I'm not doing well enough. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that next week. I'm happy with that thought process, and let's make it better. So I hope you guys had a great week. And then, like what I'm doing now, and I'm not doing this for anyone, but if you're watching it and you're trying to learn how to do this shit, you have to go back and you've got to analyze your thought process. You go, okay, cool. Well, what was I shooting for there? What was the goal? Why was I making those decisions? And then when you're calm and you're not in the moment, because obviously when you're in the moment, if you haven't set your rules beforehand, you're probably going to get fucked. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at why I'm not exiting trades. And it's not because I can't, because I've taken small losses before. Some I am, some I'm not. So why am I not sometimes? And I really think it's the setup. It's the preparation of the trade. It's how am I setting up the trade? How am I really clear on what the levels are, what they mean, and what it means when they're rejected. The trade's over on the ones that I set up really well, if I wait for those really good entries. So yeah, I think that will actually improve my trading enormously. Setting up better, planning better. and just being. I wouldn't limit how many trades I do actually. I would just be a lot more specific on the entries, the plans, and I'll write a paragraph for each company that I'm looking at. What are the levels? What are we looking for? What's it mean when it's violated? And just getting clear on that. I think that the preparation is good that I'm doing. It's not bad, but it can definitely be better. I believe improving that preparation will improve the back end results by limiting my losses and giving me a lot better winners and more confidence to sort of scale into the move. So yeah, that's my thought process for now. I'm tired as fuck. I don't know if I'll go out tonight. I don't really think I want to. I'm just, just tired. All right, I'm gonna go drop comments. Have a good weekend. Monday's off, which I actually think I need. I think I need a day off. I'll see you guys next week.